Okay, what we got to talk about today is the Somalis just have been dominating the X feed. And I'm glad because I don't like Somalians. I actually don't like anyone in my country who is from another country, especially a non-white country. I want this to be at least, at minimum, a majority white country again. And bringing people in from Somalia, where they drag people through the streets until they die, and they are like, they're like animals, kind of. Sorry. I'm sorry if, actually, I'm not sorry. If you're from Somalia, I hope this offends you. It should offend you. Go back to your own society, go back to your own culture because you love it so much and you're so proud of it. We got to talk about these Somalis. It's insane what's going on. They're everywhere. And now that people are pushing back against them, you kind of see who they really are. And it gives you a look into the mind of the migrant. Because we got to stop thinking about these people as poor migrants coming here in search of a better life. You know, the people that are actually doing that, the kind of migrants that are actually doing that, European migrants, Canadian migrants, people from white countries, they come to our country and they assimilate well because they're white, because they share the same sort of traditions, generally the same religious background, the same cultural backgrounds. That's why they assimilate well. Let's just cut the shit, okay? I thought I was radical before I left Compound Media the first time. Compound Censored the first time. But I have come back even more, okay? I am a race realist, all right? I believe in tribalism now. I believe in, what is the word that Owen Schroyer was pressed about? I went on a show and he was like, yeah, I don't like identity politics. I'm like, dude, everybody else is playing by the identity politics. If you don't get in the game, if you don't start playing by the rules of engagement of this game that is laid out, you will lose. Everyone else is engaging in identity politics, and you can philosophize, you can tell yourself that that's not right, and we're all just people at the end of the day, and we all bleed red. That's fine and dandy for you, but you're going to lose because literally every other group in the entire world, every other group is tribal. Every other group is loyal to their own tribe. So what I want to see is I want to see white people finally getting into the game and actually playing correctly. You know when you put hobbles on a horse and they can't walk, it's like putting a rope or something between their two front legs, hobbling a horse. That's what people would do when they were out on the back country roads, or they were backpacking with horses or mules. They would hobble their horses so they couldn't stray far away, so they could have them. That's exactly what not playing by identity politics has done to white people. We've been here like, well, this is what we're supposed to do. We're not going to stray too far. We're not going to go to beyond the pale. We're not going to be racist. We're going to be accepting. We're going to see it as colorblind meritocracy. If you're good enough for the job, you should just come right in like all the H-1Bs. Just come right in and take all of our jobs. I don't agree with that. And that's why we're losing. That's why our population is declining. And that's why we're being replaced in our countries. In Europe, in New Zealand, Australia, and the United States. We're all being replaced. And that's because we don't see each other as a tribe. And we don't see each other as anything worth fighting for.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
Well, I hope to change that in most people who listen, because you better tribe up, because literally everyone else is. And I think this whole Somali thing has really shown us how tribal they actually are. So let's take a listen to this. If you beef with, literally case in point, okay, before we even get into the video, if you beef with one Somali, you beef with every Somali. And why do you think they're so powerful? Why do you think such a small group in our country has managed to accrue so much power? Because they're tribal. And we're not. We don't care. We see white families being replaced. We see them struggling to survive. And we see the Somalis, a very tight-knit community, and they just keep getting stronger and stronger and more powerful. And they don't want to assimilate. They don't want the American dream. They want your American dream. They want your homes. They want your families. They want to rape your kids, quite literally. There's countless videos of these people just like following a little girl home to her house in Minnesota and just like going to see if the door is unlocked. Okay, these are invaders. These are an invasive species, and the native species will be decimated if we don't push back against this. So If you go against one Somali, you go against them all. They are going to ride out for their Somali brothers and sisters. They are going to crash out. They don't do one-on-ones. They're gonna jump you. That's a quote, by the way. And if you don't believe me, let's listen to the video of the guy saying this.
If you beef one Somali, you beef every Somali. If there's one thing about Somalis, they are going to ride out for their Somali brothers and sisters. They are going to crash out. They don't do one-on-ones. They're gonna jump you. Abdi's gonna go tell Rekta, who's gonna go tell her brother Mo, who's gonna go tell Naima, and she's gonna tell her Upti. You are fucked. You are well and truly pissed if you get into beef with a Somali, because word will get out that you're beefing the Malis. And then it's up from there. Even if you think that Somali is miskeen, they just watch anime and play PlayStation. They have someone in their network that is a trapper, that is on job. The Somali network is bigger than Google. It's even faster than Google. Next time you get into beef with a Somali, if you ever do, just let it slide. Because I promise you, you are going to have like 50,000 man on your case if you beef a Somali.
Boy, does that make me angry. But it also makes me angry at us white people for allowing this to happen. Out of the goodness of our hearts, because we don't want to be mean, because we want to do the right thing, and we've been brainwashed into thinking that doing the right thing means allowing people to just, run all over your home and you have no rights, and you should just allow them to have your country, because if you don't want them to have your country, you're considered racist. That's how that works. And it's out of the goodness of our hearts that we have lost our country. So that's, again, let that sink in. Let that sink in. While you're out here not playing by identity politics, while you're out here not tribing up, while you're out here throwing each other under the bus and calling, I'm not talking to you guys, I know you guys are based. I'm talking to the few you losers here who might be listening, who thinks that tribing up and being tribal for your own race, who thinks that's a bad thing for some reason because you've been told that that's a bad thing by those people, by the way. What do you think is going to happen when every other tribe of people from every corner of the world, from corners of the world, by the way, that they war amongst themselves, they behead each other, they chop off limbs, like, it's not great cultures that we're importing. They're definitely not sending their best. And they're very tribal. And this is true. Same will go, by the way, for Indians. Okay, I have a special grudge against the Indians right now. By the way, let it be heard, let it be heard, let it be written, however that quote goes. I mean, this is war with Indians, okay? I cannot stand you Indians. Indians suck. You're going down, okay? When us white people are finally fed up of your antics and your bullshit and you scamming all of our grandmothers, you are done. You are done. And you can crawl back into the shit-infested hole that you came from. It's over. We're done with the H-1Bs. We're done with this bullshit because these people accrue power, and they have accrued power in tech. So they can ban you, they can demonetize you, they can this and that, because they've accrued that power. And we've fucking allowed them to accrue that power, by the way. You know how many MAGA Republicans were totally fine with the H-1Bs? Oh yeah, let's replace every American job with an Indian from arguably the worst country on planet Earth. That's what's going on. So Indians, Somalians, they're all the same. They're all the same in my eyes. They are invaders who want to take your shit. They're invaders who want to take your shit, and they dare you to say something about it. In your country, like he said, if you got a problem, we can attack you. You just got to let it slide. You got to lay down and be a bitch. You got to lay down and let us piss on you, because if you beef with us, we will destroy your lives because we have networks and we're taking over, and this is our country now. Absolute insane madness. Here's another video, another Somali. They're real tough all of a sudden. They're real tough because people are finally, heaven forbid, white people decide, you know what, I'm actually not cool with all these people being in my country. Let's listen to what he had to say.
There is one type of warfare that Americans will never beat Somalis at, and that is cyber warfare. When it comes to cyberbullying, Somali trolls take the cake. Somali trolls are like Marine level, and despite the fact that America owns most of the social media platforms, they have access to AI and bot accounts, Somalis have something that you can't buy. That is experience and natural instinct. These guys have been trolling for years, every single type of person. They've been on online beefs with the
I think the word you're looking for, and actually you're spot on here, I think the word you're looking for is not trolling, but scamming, actually. So yes, you and your people and your filthy kind, you have been scamming American grandmothers and grandmothers around the world of their retirement funds. You've been scamming people. You've been sending out these spam emails. By the way, my email is full of these people. So yes, you're correct. You're so good at it. Congratulations. Let's give the Somalis a round of applause because they truly have been up there with the best of them. You gotta hand it. Let's give them their flowers. You really are great at scamming people. You really are great at swindling people out of their money. You really are talented liars. You really are shameless thieves. Honestly, congrats. Congrats. Credit where credit is due. This is true. And I actually have no problem with that. You go ahead and you scam everybody you want. You try to do it. But let's not have your scam headquarters be in the States. Let's not have your scam headquarters be in Europe. Let's have your scam headquarters be in Somalia, where maybe if you scam one of their warlords over there, they'll come over and behead you, okay? Then that kind of takes care of the scamming ring, don't you think? I love it. I just love the arrogance. The arrogance is truly nauseating.
North Africans, the Indians, the Ethiopians, you name it, they've trolled them. Because they're always trolling, they're troll ready. And I'm seeing it right now. We're seeing MAGA Twitter accounts get ratioed and wrecked on Twitter. And the only Americans that are really kind of holding off is Black Twitter. But even then, Somali trolls are winning. And I think what makes them even more effective is the fact that Somali trolls are decentralized. Like there isn't one Lieutenant Colonel Somali troll that they all take orders from. There is just this one overlining objective and all the Somali trolls in unison just harmonize and synchronize. Like if one Somali troll makes a joke, another Somali troll would repost that joke and add to the lore of that joke. And then 4 more Somali trolls would repost that post and add their own jokes and lore onto that. And if one non-Somali tries to disrespect in one of those trolls' comment sections, all of these trolls in complete synchronization and harmony will come at that guy in the comment section. They will literally make that guy deactivate his whole social media account. It's mad.
Oh, you mean by mass reporting with your bots that you generate in India and Pakistan? All you people are Pakis to me. You mean that? Oh yeah? Okay, well enjoy the power that you have accrued. Enjoy it. I love how he's sitting here like these people are so at low IQ. They're like subhuman. But they can take credit. Hey, we can't do architecture. We can't build great civilizations. We can't make beautiful art. We can't make music. We can't even resist from killing each other en masse and making Somalia a living hellhole. We can't figure that out. We basically can't figure out the basics of civilization and life. But we have figured out how to troll people online. So that's what their biggest claim to fame is scamming people and trolling people online. And thanks to weak cucks in the United States, we've allowed these people to come and infiltrate social media outlets and Silicon Valley to where now if you go after them, it's not because you're so powerful. Like this is truly like the most low IQ. They cling on to whatever, and they always claim like they're better than everyone else. Like if you set that guy down with his like weird accent next to a white Chad, it's over, dude. It's over, okay? But this is how these people think. And again, I'm trying to run the message home to you guys that everyone else, including all of our invaders from all corners of the earth that they come from, they are thinking like a unit and they are thinking like a tribe. And we can complain about it all we want, but the most effective way of countering that is to become tribal ourselves. Here's a woman that was being harassed by some Somalians, and of course now they're trying to ruin her life as well. This was going viral over the week. A Of course, they start the video only when they've riled her up to such a pitch that she's now hurling racial slurs. But these people are harassing her, and take note of what they say. Take note of what they tell her, how they threaten her. This is a white American living in our country. And I don't know what's going on about her. I've heard rumors that she's a liberal or whatever. I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care. I don't see that anymore. I see that is a white woman. That is a white woman with the ability to produce more white children. And that is a white sister. Albeit, if she is liberal or whatever, that is a white sister. We have to start thinking like that, or we're going to die out. We are dying out. So regardless of what the rumors is, because there were billions of rumors that were completely false about me. So now anytime I hear rumors about someone who blows up overnight, I take everything with a massive grain of salt, because I think I had pretty much every rumor spun about me that could be imagined. So I'm very skeptical of the rumors of this and that. She has black kids. Everybody said my kid's black. He's like super white there. I'm not trying to hide him. The pictures are out there. So granted, I'll take that with a grain of salt. But the point is, they are saying that they're going to ruin her life because her people, her kind, her race owns this country. We built this country. And you have Somalians coming around, and they're telling her, if you want to push back, if you want to insult us, you don't have that right, and we'll destroy your life. That's how an invader talks about people. That's how an invader addresses the invaded.
I am racist.
So idiot, for
And
real.
you are
an idiot. No,
I
I'm
am
not.
racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful.
You ruined your life, by the way.
Oh, talking about
Bye.
you talking about respect? You talking about respect? You are fired from this place, motherfucker. You're not gonna be working here.
Suck it.
Suck what? Look how you
Suck
fucking look
it.
like.
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking ugly bitch? Get the fuck out of
Ugly?
my face.
Talking about ugliness?
Did I stutter?
You
That's I am.
W her. W her. I absolutely support it. This is what we need more of in this country. If we do not have more white people standing up for their rights and pushing back against this bullshit, then we will quite literally wind up like South Africa. Here's a video from South Africa. Let me put in my thing real quick. This is a video from South Africa, from those poor Rhodesian farmers who have to live like in literal hell because black people took over. And now this is how they have to live. They have to live as though, well, they are in a war zone 24/7. So this is a video of a guy's lockup process, how he locks his house up at night before he goes to sleep, because he lives in a hellhole where white people have no rights anymore. So take a listen to this.
Going to bed South Africa style. When coming into your house, make sure the electric fence is on, spikes are set, front door is chained, security motion light is activated, an interior padlock is set behind the metal doors. Then, coming into the house, you want to make sure that your baton and mace is by the front door. Front door is locked and closed. And also, the alarm is set. Now it's night time South Africa style. How's it where you are?
Is that the kind of country you want to live in? Like, they're tribed up now. The Rhodesian farmers are tribed up now, but it's too late because the numbers game beat them out. As soon as there are more of them, or even an equal number of them to you, you're done. You're done. At that point, you don't even have the option anymore to even fight back. There's no chance of even trying to regain sovereignty over your country or kick these people out because you can't. Like, that would mean war. And we're getting to that point in the States where there's so many nons, there's so many people from who knows where, that nothing less than a massive military conflict, essentially, which would be war, civil war within our own country, with the military enacting mass deportations, mass incarcerations, which we can't even incarcerate people. Our prisons are so full now for bullshit, by the way, because they throw white people in prison for everything. Like one of the things that happens a lot is the school I went to a university down in the mountains, and a lot of kids bear hunted up there. So they would go to high school and they would forget that they had their rifle in the back because they were planning on going hunting the next morning, that day, or they had hunted the night before and they forgot their rifle in there. They basically bring out the SWAT team, arrest these kids or whatever, because they forgot their hunting rifle in their truck. locked up in their truck when they drove into the community college, their high school, or the university. That's what we're filling our prisons up with. We're filling our prisons up with white people who did some bullshit. It's stupid. Like, it's silly stuff, okay? And meanwhile, we're allowing true criminals like that black guy who murdered that little boy. Remember the story? It went viral. It kind of resurfaced again. It's happened a while back, but it resurfaced because they let the guy out on parole. After I think he only served maybe 10 years. It may have even been like 7 years. This has been a while back. But you can look the story up yourself. He snuck into this white guy's home and stabbed a little baby toddler to death in his bed. Stabbed him so many times in the head that the knife broke. And then when he was coming out of the little boy's room in the middle of the night, in the dead of night, after murdering this little child, this toddler, this baby in his bed in the most brutal, horrific way you could think of, for no motive, by the way. They didn't know this guy. He kind of like just beelined to their house and decided that house, I'm going to break into that house. Then he attacked the family. The dad somehow wakes up. The rest of the family comes out and he's trying to now kill the rest of them. That guy was arrested and he served, I think, 7 total years in prison. And then they let him out. They just let him out to commit more atrocities. And we have more of these woke judges. We have more of these DEI hires who, by the way, are thinking like a tribe. So if they see a black guy, they'll be like, you know what? I don't agree with what he did, but he's still our bad guy. And we're going to go a little easy on him. Why? Because of racism. Because this is a way that we can even out the scales. Because we've been systemically discriminated against. There's systemic racism in the country. So you know what? Even though I don't agree with him killing a baby, he's our black guy. He's our baby killer. And we're going to take it easy on him. And they literally do this. If you look into the lawfare, in fact, I covered this on a censored episode a while back. There was a professor at a law school who actually wanted to make this a thing. It's like, this is our way of legal reparations, if you will, is letting these people out. So that's actually happening. Meanwhile, the prisons are full of people who should not be there. They had some weed in the car and now they're in prison. Like, what the fuck? And nothing less than, like I said, a massive military endeavor would be possible to truly deport all of these people. We have a lot of these people. A lot of these people are not even documented as migrants. Of course, they're not going to check it, put it down that, oh, I'm illegally here. They count Mexicans, they count non-whites as white all the time on the crime stats. So we might think there's a couple million in the country. It's way more than that. It's way more than that. We don't even realize it. You can see it with your own eyes when you leave your house. If you go to your house and you go to Walmart, you go to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, you go to any store that you might go to, you're just driving down the street. What do you think, if you're taking a mental note of like the amount of non-whites to the amount of whites? It's pretty shocking. And that is in the rural areas. That's out in the middle of the boonies. That's in the cities. That is every corner of the United States is now almost 50-50. Those are very dangerous numbers. You get to 50-50 numbers, and heaven forbid you get to more than that, where now white people are the minority in the United States. You are cooked. You're over. It's over. You're done. You might as well pack it up and go colonize somewhere else. That's literally the only option you have. Because before long, it will not be good enough for them to replace you in your own countries. You'll be forced to stay in the country and die. Because for some reason, what goes along with these sick policies is it's not good enough that they destroy and they genocide white people. They often want to go above and beyond that and say, you can't even leave the country. We won't even allow you to leave. We won't let you escape. We want you to stay here and we want to kill you. So if we allow the numbers to get to that point, I've always been a stand your ground type of person, and believe me, that's always how I felt. But at the same time, I care about the survival of my race. So if we get to a point where we allow ourselves to become Rhodesia, where there are more of these people than us, and these people, by the way, have no interest in assimilating, they have no interest in becoming part of society, they only want your stuff and they want you gone. It's not good enough for them to outnumber you in your own country. They want to kill you because they hate you. They see white people, they see the greatness that we've created, and they resent that. They have a true, deep resentment and jealousy for that. It's true. You see these black people make these videos all the time, bitching and moaning about the beauty standard. Oh, I'm sorry that Europeans are just prettier than you. I'm sorry that that's more aesthetically pleasing to everyone, by the way. To everyone, by the way. That's why you're fucking guys, that's why black guys, when they get rich and successful, move out of the hoods, they move to white areas, and they all get mudshark white girlfriends. It's undeniable. Sorry about it, but it's true. Sucks to be you. It's really nice to be me.
So, if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.